Fine.
Here we are. We are live. Welcome to NasCanucks. I'm Ben, and this is my cousin, Doug.
How you doing?
And welcome to our premiere episode. And first of all, we do want to make an announcement on episode number 1 of NasCanucks. Doug?
Yeah, we just want to take time because we didn't get a chance to go to Charlotte this year. Nobody was in Charlotte this year, but we had, regretfully, one of our race family passed away. We wanted to dedicate this show to Larry McMahon, a guy that we got it. He was always there for a laugh. Probably one of our favorite guys. He was the honorary Canadian because you can see the shirt that Ben is wearing, the Redneck Hill shirt. It was just Ben, myself, and Larry that actually were wearing that shirt around. So we were all kind of proud of that there. But Larry was a great guy, always there for a laugh.
Big Larry.
And it's kind of what we wanted to have this show to be about, having that laugh, just having some fun, talking NASCAR. And we just wanted to drink to Larry since we didn't get a chance to do it in Charlotte, but we're going to do it now.
Cheers, Larry. Awesome.
Yeah.
And I am, in fact, drinking a Corona, which ties in because Larry used to do a lot of the cooking in the NASCAR family, helping out T-Bone, our buddy. And we used to put back quite a few loaded Coronas during those barbecue sessions. Hey, I want to welcome Mark Taft in our chat. Mark Taft, officially the first subscriber ever in our live stream. Golf clap. There we go. Awesome. So, yes, any questions? Hey, Jeremy Smith, how's it going? Welcome. Good to see you, folks. So if you guys have any questions for Doug or myself, ask away. So we figured since it is also episode 1, we'll give you guys a little background on ourselves and what we think makes us worthy of maybe starting this podcast. So, Doug, take it away and shout out Dave Conklin.
I want to say mayor of our Facebook group that we're part of, Redneck Hill, Mr. Dave Conklin joining us. Now, Dave, put in the chat, we want to thank, Ben and I were talking, and we think you may have been camped at the end of our row pre-construction.
Yeah, row ET, I believe it was it not?
I think I remember. I just drove there.
It was either DT or ET. I think we're ET.
Were you up near Charlie? Where Charlie was up in that top end, on top of the hill.
They showed out Charlie too. Rest in peace.
Where coincidentally, we kind of are now across, what is it now, turn 15?
Oh, yeah, exactly. So, yes, Doug, why don't you fill us in on your background?
I'm just a fan, except for the one time I did drive a car and make a guy scream. But, okay, Dave's been around, yes, we've kind of did the same. But I believe at one point you were right up near with us. But I grew up watching racing, Flamborough Speedway here near Hamilton. Go there with my father all the time, watching guys like Junior Hanley, Don Biederman come in there, Randy Slack, brother of Roger Slack from Eldora Speedway, watching them. So then kind of watching NASCAR on TV every once in a while as a younger kid, knowing that I had a cousin who was into racing, and then kind of got back into it 2006, back in my first race in Michigan, and I've been going ever since. So that's my short, sweet kind of leave the rest hour to you.
Yeah, let's see. First Daytona race I think I saw was 1980. Yeah, so just a little shy of 6 years old, watching it with the old man. Grew up around racing. Dad was always into cars, all forms of auto sports. I think I was at my first drag races at Cayuga. I was 3 years old, and I was in the pits. So that was pretty cool. So grew up around it, not knowing really that Doug was a race fan as well. At that time, I thought he was strictly stick and ball sports and such like that. And I got into racing, 1992 was the first season. We raced our local dirt track, shout out Brighton Speedway in Brighton, Ontario, running street stock class for Mr. Tim Bradley. working on his pit crew did that for about a decade, and then eventually became a crew chief on another team there. Attended my first NASCAR race, I believe I want to say 97 or 98, again, Michigan race, the August race, I believe it was. Jeff Gordon won. Anywho, but we don't need to talk about that too much. And then when Doug rediscovered his love of racing, that's around the time we started talking about it and started planning trips and stuff. And we made our first trip together in 2011 down to the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Coke 600. And what started out as a 4-day trip, I think we left Thursday or late Wednesday or something like that. Wednesday afternoon. And which turned into now we leave as early as we can. So we're down there as soon as those gates open the Wednesday before the All-Star race.
Yeah. And then it's just 2 weeks of
this. Yeah. And this race stuff and visiting shops and hanging out with guys like Dave Conklin and hanging out at the Man Cave or Mr. Mike's house. Shout out, Mike Lieben.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fun stuff. So, hey, it's race season. Why don't we talk about the races on the weekend?
Sure.
Who won?
Well, Grant Enfinger took the truck race on Friday night.
Oh, way. Awesome. Yep. So a young guy won instead of Kyle for once.
Sure. He's only 3 months older than Kyle. But sure, I guess you can call him a young since Kyle is younger than us. But yeah, so it's not one of the young guys.
Younger guys?
Well, than us, yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, well, let's be honest. We're at the age where they're retiring now when they hit our age.
Yeah. So, Dave, we are about...
it can vary.
20 hours? Depends.
Yeah. The best we did was 16 the 1 year.
Yeah.
But we were flying. But, yeah, usually due to calamities and getting lost and, and stuff, it's usually 20 hours.
Because Dave, I know you're from Mooresville. The traffic around Mooresville and Charlotte is fantastic.
Yeah, we love that after already being on the highway for 15 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, so as
Briscoe should have won that.
Then the Xfinity race,
right?
You got with his first oval track win, AJ Allmendinger.
The guy who retired from Cup last year.
Was it last year? It was before that, I think, wasn't it?
I don't
know.
Sure. Well, see, the problem is when I enjoy the NASCAR races, I enjoy the performance-enhancing beverages along with it. So sometimes you kind of forget which year's what.
Yeah.
So, and then we got to the Cup race. Oh, we should mention this was all at Hotlanta.
Yeah. Was Harvick at his track again.
Who also hit a milestone.
Yes, he's now got 10,000 laps led as a driver for Stuart Haas.
Yeah. And it was funny. We were talking how everybody we talked to, they're like, oh, that's Harvick's track. That's Harvick's track. Yet it's only his third Cup win.
Yeah.
But he's dominated a lot of Xfinity races there, and I would assume truck races as well, because he used to run a lot of truck races back in the day. Jeremy Smith says, I've been to Watkins Glen, Michigan, Daytona, and Charlotte. Daytona and Charlotte, there was no racing, just to visit. Very cool.
I think I would go back to Charlotte just to visit, even if there was no racing there either.
Oh yeah.
Because I was actually thinking of camping. I was going down to for cornhole. It's going to be in Cherokee there a couple years ago.
Right.
And we're going to go down early, camp at the track because it's cheap.
Sure.
But yeah.
Why not? Yeah, we should talk. We'll touch a little bit on camping. So, Doug and I, we spent many an evening in the infield of Charlotte Motor Speedway. And that first year that we were down there, our first full day and night, which would have been Thursday, where qualifying got rained out, I do believe. Did it not?
No, because that was the year. And Dave, I'm going to refer to you a bunch of times here, maybe, because there's the one guy in the infield. There was a guy in the infield. You may know him. he had the UPS converted UPS truck.
Yeah.
And I remember that was first thing I'd seen or we heard down there was him kind of going to everybody that was the year that Junior had the big beard. And he was going on telling everybody that Junior shaved his beard. Junior shaved his beard. And nobody believed him.
Right. And we asked him, well, how do you know Junior shaved his beard?
Yeah. And apparently he was at a stoplight. And Junior pulled up to him in the Corvette next to him. And kind of gave him the thumbs up because he had a UPS converted race truck.
Yeah, with the big 88 on the side.
Yeah, big 88 on the side. And so Junior peeled off the stoplight, and he tried to keep up with him with the UPS truck.
And it damn near killed the truck.
Yeah. And so no one believed him. You're like, yeah, you're full of crap. And then next thing you know, Junior's on the big screen with no beard.
Right. And then, was it? And then we went out for dinner at Ryan's. The only time it was still open.
That was the next day, I think.
The next day, okay. And I think the storm was that night too, on the Friday.
The night before, yeah.
Yeah. So, so there it was getting windy before we decided to go to bed, and we were only sleeping in a tent. There was 3 of us in a tent, and we decided to place Doug's SUV just strategically to block the wind as much as we could, the prevailing wind, which was coming out of the southeast for some reason, which we thought was rather odd. And it was a hell of a storm. Like, the tent was damn near collapsing around us. I woke up in a waterbed because the air mattress had about 2 inches of water on top of it. And I was soaked to the bone, and I got up just after dawn. Doug and our other buddy with us, they were still asleep. I get out, and it looked like a bomb went off in the infield.
Yeah,
I didn't see a soul. So I go down to the bathhouse because I had to get rid of last night's beer. And there had to be 100 people packed in the bathhouse. And they looked at me like I was on another planet. And they said, well, where'd you come from? I said, well, Redneck Hill, over there, down, row ET. And they're like, well, you must have been in a motorhome. No. Trailer? No. We're in a tent. Why didn't you heed the evacuation? I was like, what evacuation? They said, a tornado came through here last night.
Nobody told us.
Yeah,
there was
apparently they were going up and down with the golf carts and we slept all through it. They were evacuating people. The only time they actually did that.
It was like one of those Armageddon movies because you open the tent and there's like other tents on the catch fence. There's like outhouses dumped over. It was,
Stuff that cleared the catch fence was on the track surface. And then there was just us and our tent.
Oh, yeah. Dave, there's like always expect at least one storm.
Yeah, there's always a storm. Always one. At some point, there's going to be a storm burst.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
as soon
fun.
as you see the flags like do like a 180, it's like, yep, there's a storm coming.
Yep, and we just start packing up stuff because we know we got about 8 minutes. Well, that was like the first year we brought, the second year we brought down a canopy. It lasted half an hour.
Oh yeah, that was gone.
Yeah.
They were off in another campsite, and I went back to get beer. I went back and I was like, Ben, did you put the canopy down? He's like, no. I was like, it's gone. She gone.
Yeah, she gone. Hey Terry,
how you doing? So here, what happened was, it actually the wind picked it up. It cleared my SUV, didn't touch it, cleared it, and another one of our buddies, Grant. He seems to be in a lot of our stories. He actually watched it like
looking through the window of his trailer.
Yeah, like the Wizard of Oz. Just this thing just come, boom, right across.
And it just missed somebody's tent.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was anybody in that tent, but yeah, and that was the brand new canopy I had borrowed, and I was told don't get any grass stains on it. It's a white canopy. I use it for wedding events.
Yep. Yeah, it's gone.
Yep. She gone.
Yep.
Oh, well.
So,
yes, you did, Mark.
Yeah. Another big story for this weekend kind of goes in with the shirt that I'm wearing with the Steve Kinzer shirt.
Yeah.
Is, World of Outlaws.
Yes.
Johnny Gibson, the voice, Johnny Gibson. His 2000th consecutive race call
Yeah.
I think it is this week on Friday night.
Insane. Yeah, and that's not a once a week job either, folks.
No, and it's hustling his butt in his own RV. I follow him on Twitter. He's actually a pretty good follow on Twitter if you get him on there. But he's got that legendary call. No one can do the World Outlaws like he can.
No, exactly. And we're lucky enough that we've caught quite a few outlaw races, and they always make a point of, for the start of the A main, they always pipe him through the in-track PA system too.
Yep.
Which is always awesome.
And his good thing is he always makes sure that when he's in Canada here, up at Oswego Speedway, is that he makes sure that it's Rush playing during his intro.
Nice. Very nice. Terry got a new sound card and listening to everyone to see if it's any better or worse than the old one. Well, we're going to sound good either way. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Ben, as you can see, I'm on with Ben, so he's clear. He's not fuzzy.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Well, people don't know that's our first show. They don't know I'm usually fuzzy. So for those who don't know, we actually have...
We each have our own shows as well.
Yeah, we actually have other YouTube channels. YouTube's my day job as well. So this is fun. Love it. We got 7 people watching.
Okay, so anyone has any questions they want to ask of Ben or I, ask them. I will try my best to answer anything.
Yeah. But, I wanted to bring up the... I was checking out Dale Jr. Download. And we were talking. He was talking about Nashville coming back on schedule. And I agreed with him 100% on it. And I've never heard... Dale doesn't really slag anybody. He tries to keep things pretty positive. But he was really ticked about this move of going to the Nashville Super Speedway because they really should have been going to the fairgrounds. So I don't know. Do you know the details on this situation?
I haven't. I just happened to see the headline.
Right.
I know that Dover is losing a race.
Right. So Dover's losing a race. They signed a 4-year deal on this at the Nashville Super Speedway. And the way NASCAR said it, they had a few interesting lines in the release. And before I mention what they were, go back, because you may not be aware, but Marcus Smith has been working at the Nashville Fairgrounds for some time now, revitalizing the place. Yeah, because there's a huge overhaul going on at the fairgrounds itself. They're trying to get an MLS soccer team, I guess, and stuff. And the idea is Marcus wants to have a NASCAR race at the fairgrounds. And so the way NASCAR kind of said is, well, you got 4 years to get ready, But the problem Dale has, and I have as well, you got a 1 1/3 mile concrete D-shaped track that's terrible racing. And if the racing sucks there, they're not going to move it to the fairgrounds. They'll just move it somewhere else after 4 years.
Especially because it's another company that owns that track. So so they have to take that race away from someone else to give it to SMI.
Right. I was just thinking next week's thumbnail might have to do the photo of us with Marcus Smith.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he loved that photo.
So whom is hosting this, Ben or Doug? We're both hosting.
Somewhere in the middle. There we go.
Somewhere there.
Yep. So you've been at this longer than I have.
There we are. Let's see. So, there was that. And I get where he's coming from. Maybe they'll do something with the track, or maybe it'll be good because it's aged a bit more, but it's concrete. So,
yeah.
Who knows?
It's just going to be another Dover.
Yeah. Yeah, true. And isn't it like the dog legs, the whole back stretch or something like that? It's not even front stretch.
I just know that it's concrete. I can't remember anything.
Right. Yeah, and I don't want to confuse it with Memphis, because Memphis is concrete too, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I know. I had heard. Who was it? Chad Knaus. I think Chad Knaus was talking about it. How they used to just hop up to Nashville just to practice when they couldn't go anywhere else.
Sure.
So.
Right on, right on. Which brings me to something, topic we were discussing the other day, or I brought up, bringing tracks back onto the schedule, or adding. We'll say I'll even say there's a good one. How about 3 tracks? I'm going to give you 3 here because we're only halfway through the show. 3 tracks. Bring back a mothballed track, a ghost track, and a track that's never been on the circuit.
I don't know. Mothball track, you got to say Rockingham or Wilkesboro. I'm not going to be like that person that called into Dave Moody and said, look, Wilkesboro looked good the other weekend. Why don't they just go back there? It's all ready to race.
Yeah.
Well, because it was on the computer. That would be why. But
yeah.
That, and I know we would never get a cup here just because I don't think it would.
Right.
Put a road course here up at CTMP.
There we go. Okay. And what about for a ghost track?
The ghost track, I'm probably not going to be good at that. You're probably more of the ghost person than I am. But yeah, I'm not sure if I know exactly which one I'd want to bring back for those.
All right. So I'm going to go for mothballed Rockingham, definitely. I've always loved Rock. You know that. That's always been one of my favorite tracks. I was really pissed when they went to 1 race a year. As far as a ghost track, they did Dona Beach Course.
Yeah.
Why not, right? Because we're
I guess
talking.
if they're doing the throwback at Darlington, might as well do another throwback there.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I don't think it'll work because as soon as a modern car catches an edge, they're boom, 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 boom. But what the hell? They got to figure that out. Raise them up 6 inches. I don't care. That's not our problem. That's Chad Knaus' problem.
It's an elimination race.
Yeah.
NASCAR still going. Who hasn't rolled over is the winner.
There you go. Exactly. And let's see. That's mothballed. That's a ghost. And as far as a track that's never been on the circuit, see, I'd like to bring something to Canada.
Nice, Dave. His parents used to live close to the north turn at the beach course.
Oh, awesome. Hey, John Parson. Road America. Yeah, for never race. Yeah, I was thinking Road America, but okay. Because I you know what? I'm going to go with Canadian Tire Motorsports Park as well because I'd like to see a Canadian. But you know what? I kept thinking in my head, Ganesh.
Yes, the mini Bristol.
Yeah, which basically it's for folks who don't know, it's a 3rd mile version of Bristol.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have known that because I've driven by that place like a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And never got the chance to stop in there just to check it out. But yeah, that actually, yeah, now just saying that there, I think that would be really cool.
Yeah. Well, considering the track in Erie's never getting built, it seems so.
Oh, they've been talking about that forever.
Yeah. 15 years at this point, I think, or something.
Yeah, and I just, you know what, for as much as I'd love to see it, I do not think we're going to get a cup race here. Just, they're starting to relax the liquor laws a bit, but it's just, I don't think, you may get to draw the Canadian fans in, but we just can't have that same experience that you get down the States at any of those races.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
You know, and I've seen it in Michigan where it's the Canadians trying to pull off that southern states kind of NASCAR thing. And you know what? I've been to Darlington, been to Charlotte. I'll take that long drive over the couple-minute drive, or you know what it seemed like a couple minutes, to a race here, because it's just, you get that. It's not the wannabes. You're down there with those people, and it's just a total different atmosphere down there.
Yeah, and I can't even say it's for the sake of the on-track racing, because I'm one of the few people, I love those Michigan races and stuff where, you know, like, well, you don't see it anymore because of this bloody stage stuff, but, you know, like green to checkers, no caution. You know, and they're strung out and stuff. Fuel mileage. I'm like, because now the whole team's involved, because it's almost like Formula One in that sense. Like, I'm like, that pit stop, that half a second's going to be huge on the track. So, yeah, I definitely agree. But yeah, the drive down, as much as it sucks, it's so worth it once you get there.
Yeah, because there's guys like Dave down there who party most of the night.
Exactly.
Maybe Dave, were you the guy that did the cooler slide back in 2011 too, in his tighty whities that they were chasing all around the infield?
Yeah. Were you riding the cooler down in turn 1?
Yeah. But no, and that's just the thing. You get those. It's it's just that whole atmosphere of what goes on down there. That's just that. And the other atmosphere about going to a race down there, that's
the Southern hospitality. Like, we got caught in that rainstorm the first year down there where we met the people from Oshawa, Ontario under the fifth wheel.
Yeah.
Once the rain let up, you went to the bathhouse to go fix your hat.
Yeah, because it's stupid.
And then it started raining again. I get back to the campsite and we had no canopy. So I went to our neighbors, which was where South Carolina Dave was.
Okay, yeah.
Folks, that's all we know. The people that were down closer to the front stretch.
Everybody has a name. No one has a real name. Everyone has a name.
Everyone has a name, but it's not their name. So South Carolina Dave's there. And the woman who apparently, covered in tattoos, wearing a bikini all weekend. Apparently, she was a judge in South Carolina.
Yeah.
And she...
no, but see, Dave knows him.
Exactly.
Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah, South Carolina Dave wears red shorts, no shirt, ponytail.
Yeah.
Always got a joint in one hand and wine in the other. That's South Carolina Dave. So I went over there, and that's when I discovered Southern hospitality, because she's like, come over here, get out of the rain. Y'all hungry? I'm like, sure. And she made me a big plate of food, and then you came walking up. I'm like, get over here. This is amazing stuff. You're like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, this is my cousin Doug. You're like, how's it going, Doug? You hungry? And you're like, I could eat.
Well, it's just I going to other sporting events up here, I will gladly take that going to a race than going to any sporting event up here.
Oh,
because up here it's just a battle of two teams, whatever. Down there, it's just everyone is just there to party and have fun and get along.
Yeah, because it's you against 39 other drivers. So as a result, everybody just pulls together, and it's just going to be some ribbing amongst your driver versus mine.
Unless your driver tries to kill me, then I won't like your driver or you yourself either.
Well, there's been a few of those,
One of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's more than one. I just thought Harvick tried to clip you in the garage area the first time we were in the garage.
No. I just remember seeing the front grille of Joey Logano's truck about 2 feet from my face.
Well, there was that. Yeah. And then I almost got run over by Danica Patrick.
Yep. Dave may remember that one too.
Yeah, Dave, you remember when Danica Patrick crashed out and she decided to cut through the campsites to get back to the garage area? Because I came walking right out next to her trailer at the wrong time. And I walk out and she was about 5 feet in front of me. And she hit the brakes and I did a 180. I'm like, okay, ladies first.
Yeah.
That was insane. It was insane. And and the first time we had garage passes, the actual hot passes, because remember when we dressed up and a bit, we put on clean t-shirts, and we went in there, and you were asking me because I'd spent a lot more time in the pit paddocks over years for a variety of reasons than Doug had. And I'm like, yeah, just keep your heads up. And remember, they had the painted line, and we were close to the painted line, and Harvick took a wide angle at you for whatever reason.
Yeah. I didn't do anything to him.
No.
Logano, I may have flipped him off on the track as he was going by, but still.
Well, there was that, yeah. And then shortly thereafter, I helped Boyer's team when their cars started rolling out in front of the other cars coming in.
Yeah. Speaking of Boyer, I'm not sure if you got to hear NASCAR, SiriusXM NASCAR, or if anyone else got to hear it. Boyer actually on Moody's show today, he went through the COVID check while on Dave Moody's show.
Nice.
Yeah.
And he's still alive.
Yeah, he likened it to going through the drive-through at Taco Bell. How if you go through the drive-through, they put out a bucket, and you dump your credit card in the bucket. Apparently, down there, and they swipe your card, give you back in the bucket. So that's how he had to give him his hard card to show that he was him. And then he was waiting, and apparently, all he knew he was assuming that it was Truex because it was someone had a fish sponsor, and so he was assuming it was Truex. And then someone else was in a yellow Jeep that he figures wasn't really a racer because the racer wouldn't drive a yellow Jeep. Right. And then they did the gun, and he was 98.2, and he's all ready to go for tonight.
Nice. Yeah, speaking of which, tonight, Martinsville under the lights.
Yes.
That's going to be fun. I can't wait for that. It starts at what, 7 o'clock?
Yeah, another hour 15. Apparently, the winner will be doing donuts under strobe lights.
Ooh.
As well.
That's going to cause some problems for somebody.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll discover all the epileptics in the crowd.
Oh, there won't be a crowd.
All right, the crowd of the teams.
Yeah. No, yeah, I just imagine a strobe light along with that drone spinning around you as well, too.
Yeah, no thanks. So
actually, I do like that drone.
Yeah. Clint Boyer, though, first current driver or active driver that I'd met during NASCAR trips.
Yeah.
Because I met him outside the media center there, the Coca-Cola Fan Day.
Yeah.
Because remember, we were walking around, we had seen Bobby Allison. We didn't get to meet him. And then you said to me, where do you think, we're figuring, where do you think of a good spot to meet drivers would be? And I went, well, let's go to the media center. They all have to stop in there. And then it was just a cavalcade. We met Ned Jarrett there and Boyer.
Then the regular guy, the current guys were Boyer, Newman, and Hamlin.
Yeah.
Those cool guys.
And that's when I appeared on Speed TV for the first time.
Yes.
Because they were following Clint around, and they had me shaking his hand on camera, which is kind of cool. Well, most of me. Or half of me.
So, Dave,
sort of.
Yeah, sort of. So they're allowing, 1,000 military people from the Homestead Air Force Base there, just behind the track. And then the following weekend, Talladega is 5,000 people. But you've already had to have a ticket to the first April race in order to get a ticket to be one of the 5,000 coming up. So I'm not sure how they're going to. Well, I think they said it was going to be first come, first serve for those 5,000 spots. No camping at the track. You have to just kind of show up right before the race, go in, and then haul ass right after the race.
Exactly. Excuse me. And I do want to thank everybody tuning in once again here. Those tuning in live here or watching on replay, please like, share, and subscribe. We're new, but we're not new when it comes to this racing stuff. Mark asks, any other hilarious moments while camping in Charlotte?
Oh, this is only show number one.
Reoccurring theme for years, Mr. Taft.
This is only show number one. We can't give all our secrets right now.
Yeah. But anecdotal, just something quick off the top of my head. All right. So you, myself, and a guy named Al traveled down in 2011. And so when we were returning the next year, we had brought my girlfriend down along with us and another guy, Wayne. And remember, we were riding on the golf cart. One of the first times we had left the campsite, it was like the first day. And it was either Wayne or my girlfriend had asked us, so did you guys have a good time, make any friends down here last year? And right at the moment, someone screamed at us, "Hey, Canada!" Because that was
I think that was TJ. I think that was TJ and those guys.
Yeah, but we didn't really know them that well at that time, so we're just like, "Hey."
Yeah, we kind of
But yeah, we made an impression from year one, and thankfully, and those friends have become like family over the years. So
Exactly. Yeah, dude, I'm wondering the same thing. Just if the garage passes will be a thing anytime soon, because you gotta see the other thing is and I read as well too, is that someone had asked NASCAR if there had been any positive tests so far, and they didn't give a flat out no. It was kind of like a really rounded answer, as if
like maybe they got some false positives
or one of the other workers, not a driver, just another worker,
right?
Track worker or whatever. But
or they may have a master list. Yes, we've tested 10,000 people. We had 5 positives, but it doesn't tell us if it's a NASCAR official, team member, driver, owner.
But they didn't say that they had any.
Right.
But it wasn't like a definitive, like, no, hey, no, we're all awesome. It was kind of like I can't even remember how it was described. It was kind of like a roundabout kind of.
Right, one of those, oh, no, I don't think so. All right. Yeah. That's a vote of confidence.
I think it was nothing to declare. I think it was almost kind of in that kind of terms. So.
Right. Yes, awesome. So we're going to go for about another 10 minutes here, folks. So definitely, if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, type them in the chat, and we will definitely do our best to answer them. IndyCar series kicked off past weekend.
I forgot to watch that. Yeah, I totally forgot to record that.
I was hoping you did because, well, is it even available in Canada anymore?
Yeah, one of them had it.
Okay. I got to check to see if I even have the Sportsnet channels. I don't even know if I have them. I know I got the TSNs, but I have to check on that because, the last couple of years, unfortunately, IndyCar racing hasn't been available in Canada outside of the Indy 500. And, they ran at Texas this past weekend, and I missed it. I don't know who won, but, hey, they're back racing.
Yep.
Haven't heard as far as any local racing, although I did see apparently I have a racer that lives just down the street here.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, 4 houses down. There was a couple dirt modifieds in the driveway.
So I assume they'd be
modifieds.
Out of Brighton then.
Yeah. It's hard to tell because there's no bodies hung on them, so technically it could even be an asphalt late model.
Mm-hmm.
So all I saw was roll cages and a front clip, type thing. So they're stripped.
I know I did see on Facebook that J.R. Fitzpatrick was testing his late model this past weekend.
Nice. Very nice. Which hopefully, we'll be able to get out and see some racing this year, depending on if they make it up here for the truck race or not.
Yeah, that's one thing we haven't had a chance to get to yet. Was the truck race, but we're hoping to.
Yeah, unfortunately, the last few years, it's held Labor Day weekend, and for me, I'm busy every Labor Day. Usually, I usually have a gig. So,
yeah, I'm camping in Earl Ross's hometown.
Nice, 1974 NASCAR Cup Rookie of the Year.
Says it on the sign going into town.
And Canadian. Nice. And which town is that?
It just I had it and it's gone.
And then it went. Yeah.
Yep.
So like when you're sitting on the backstretch during the All-Star race. Here they come and there they go.
Yep.
Nice. Awesome.
Well, just some other content that we'll be putting up as well too on the channel here. Just kind of some of our random videos that we've taken.
I found I think I found the folder that should have it in it when I was shooting when they had the Matt Kenseth car at where was that at? A Home Depot or something like that?
That was a Lowe's.
Or a Lowe's? Yeah. When they fired it up, I shot some video of it.
Yeah.
Hey, Milt, good to see you, man.
Yeah, that's the other great thing about Charlotte is that you go anywhere, any store, and there's a driver in there doing autographs or some sort of signing.
Yeah. And I can say I started my racing career working on a pit crew in 1992, and Mr. Milt was also on that same pit crew in 1992. So he may recognize this sign that was liberated during the 92 lap late model shootout feature, because myself and Mr. Neil, we won't mention his last name, liberated a few of the some of the signage around the speedway. Crazy teenagers.
Yep. Still remember, took my life in my own hands watching a race at that track. You couldn't go at that one night.
No.
But they had the Southern Ontario sprints there. And there was even people that were with some of the teams that were standing over by me were like, should we even be here?
Yeah.
Because it's just a 6-foot chain link fence.
Yeah.
I believe, going into turn 1. And that's where I was.
And you never stand going into turn 1 at a dirt track.
Well, I got there late.
Yeah. See, Milt remembers.
And I showered after.
I bet you did. Just wonder. I was going to show off that throwback photo I showed you the other day. There it is. Milt will get a kick out of it. So this would be our driver from our second year competing, which I believe Milt was on the team the second year as well. And there we go. That's Mr. Why don't I present myself here? So then I can basically make it full screen. There's Mr. Tim Bradley with the number 31, 1975 Chevelle in the street stock class. We ended up finishing third in the championship that year, I do believe. I think. I don't know. That was 1993. Terry, like that? Yeah, that car was built over at the Cormier's house, longtime racing family at Brayton Speedway. And they raced at that track almost the entire season till maybe one of the family members may or may not have been caught cheating during a teardown. And then they started racing over the border at Can-Am Speedway the next year.
I'm going to wait a couple more weeks before I bring out my cheating theory.
Okay.
So I think we can talk about. I think another 2 more weeks. It's the anniversary of something in NASCAR that was a big event, and
we're not talking just creative engineering, folks.
No, I'm trying to put out there to everyone else's conspiracy theories get out there, but mine is fact, and no one wants to pick it up for some reason. So there.
Mark says you and I were on Phil Cole's pit crew many a time. Yeah, Mark would come in the pits with me a few times. I was crew chief on that team, and then Mark took over on the team after I left. There was a bit of overlap there. So yes, not only was Mark a roadie for me, for those who don't know, I'm a musician for my day job. Mark's my roadie, but he also helped me in some racing stuff too. And maybe if we throw up the video of you doing your one time behind the wheel of a race car, if I can figure out a way to hook up a VHS tape to this thing, I'll upload the one night I competed stock car racing. Hey, Bent Tom. Good to see you, man. Coming in at the end here.
If you're going to put mine up, you'll have to do it with volume down.
Yeah.
Because it's just me apologizing a whole bunch every turn.
Nice. Very valid reason, Tom. Very valid reason. He just texted me on the side there, so all good, my friend. So, yeah, we're coming up on the 45-minute mark here. Not a bad debut. So we're looking forward to the Martinsville, and then coming this weekend to Homestead as well. Dude, you know, those people that were claiming for old school racing, we're running damn near every night of the week here.
Almost, yeah.
Great stuff. Tom says he's been lurking. Nice.
So before we go, you want to throw up one of those vintage ones behind you? I know you've kind of got a couple of them there.
Sure. Let's go with, you know what? Since it's Canadian, from the 1997 NASCAR series. What's NASCAR, Ben? Well, that's the Canadian Association for Stock Car Auto Racing. We have the number 74 of Duke Sawchuck.
Cool. Yeah, I thought you were going to go for the one other one that your one other race truck that's there just kind of to your left. That was one that if you ever want to get rid of, I will gladly take that one.
This one here?
Yes.
The CarQuest Jason Leffler Dodge Ram pickup. Still with the Ultra Wheel sponsor. So that'd be a few years ago, eh? 2003. Yeah, I think we could throw that your way. Tom likes the truck too.
Yeah.
So there we are. We did 45 minutes, sir. Do you have anything to add on our debut episode?
I think that's it for now. We're going to have a lot more stuff coming up. I know we're going to try and hopefully try and get some guests in here every once in a while. I won't be on all the time, but try and get some people, try and maybe do some road shows if possible.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Thanks, Tom. He loves the Snap-on banner. Spend enough money with them. That's why one of the reasons I took that banner in the first place. The amount of money I spent on Snap-on tools over the years. Jeez Louise.
Exactly. We'll talk about packing some more. I know, Dave, I know you should remember this one. You should, Mr. Conklin, in the corners of Charlotte Motor Speedway. Used to have the eyes up there. And we will talk about that on a later show as well, too.
And you know what? Without running by you first, I'm going to throw an invite. If Dave Conklin wants to come on sometime, I'd love to have Dave on as a guest. Because for those who camp in the infield of Charlotte Motor Speedway, especially in the South Infield, you may be familiar with the Facebook group, Redneck Hill Facebook group. Kaboom. Dave Conklin, that's his baby as far as I'm concerned. So I don't know if he's the only guy running it, but as far as I'm concerned, that's his little group, and it's a great group there that we've been a part of for many years on Facebook. So shout out Dave Conklin. Definitely want to thank everybody that tuned in. Yeah, we're going to have a bunch of stuff coming up. It's going to be many stories from attending races, favorite drivers we can talk about, then and where are they now stuff. The two of us, we've been covering this sport, or as fans, we've been watching it for, say, all of our lives pretty much. We'll probably have some contests too, including we got some memorabilia, including some autograph stuff too. Yeah,
so we'll try and get that in there. It's it's a fun thing for us to do.
We talk about this stuff every week, anyways. We figure, so why not share it with you folks?
Exactly, and this show does help me out a little bit. I do not have to wait 3 weeks for you to watch a race to talk about it now, because we will be talking about it every Wednesday night.
This is true. And, let's be honest, my weekends have cleared up a bit now since there's no gigs anymore. So, yeah, fun stuff. So, thanks everyone that tuned in. And as always, when you're out there running those roads, make sure, door, bumper, clear. Until next time. Yep. Hey, Ivan Carter, good to see you. He says time to get ready to watch Martinsville tonight. Exactly.
And for some of the people I do see in the chat, we will see you in 1 hour when you come and check out the next show.
Yeah, the Down and Back Live with Corn Dog.
Exactly, yeah. So if you like cornhole, check in another hour, and we'll be doing this again.
Yep, there we go, folks. So have a great night. Happy racing. Rock on, and cheers.
And make sure Truex winning tonight. That's my call right now.
Or we can have Clint Boyer win too.
No. Actually, he said he had a little issue with he just couldn't keep the air in the tires there on the weekend. So
yeah,
it may be the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. See you.